Way that I know specifically that it is not just satanic panic and they are actually practicing witchcraft is because I myself served in the military as a witch. Like, I don't know how else to put that. Some of you guys asked some of the absolute best questions in the comments, but it would take so much time to try to explain every single one of them because there's so many individual pieces to this puzzle. So your question saying that how do we know the allegations aren't just satanic panic and that they're not going to use it to criminalize outside organizations or religions or practices is a difficult one because a lot of the allegations are straight coming from satanic panic. Not everybody who's throwing these things out there does know exactly what they're talking about. Even people that are just saying the government is doing witchcraft, they might have an idea of witchcraft in their head that is just an archetype of witchcraft. They might have an idea of witchcraft in their head that it is evil, and because the government is evil, they must be doing witchcraft. And I hate to have to say that that's true, but that's absolutely, some people think about things so black and white and they're not able to actually have the higher perspective that it really does take to be able to effectively do witchcraft, first of all, and use it and understand what it is. And not only that, the higher perspective that it takes to be able to be in the positions that I've been able to serve in the military, where I was serving in the military, not only because I was capable of, I have psychic ability, but because I also am a witch, in the sense that witchcraft in itself requires a very balanced, like, manifestation, right? Witchcraft and manifestation. If you want to use witchcraft to manifest something, it requires a very balanced energy. Manifestation, people who are just naturally able to manifest, it almost happens accidentally in their lives, have an extremely balanced masculine and feminine energy. And they also have a very high processing frequency. I just so happen to have that, which is why the military wanted me in that position. But in that, they were literally just taking advantage of the fact that having me there manifests stuff for everybody in the room. For having me there, providing me with the resources that I need in order to manifest things for them as well, right? The way that I know specifically that it is not just satanic panic and they are actually practicing witchcraft is because I myself served in the military as a witch. Like, I don't know how else to put that. One of the biggest things that is keeping people from understanding what's going on here is that we've been given this cartoon-ass version of what witchcraft is. We've been told that there's some witch in the woods toiling and bubbling and troubling in her fucking pot or some shit. I don't know. And eating children. But legitimately, they are eating children. But those archetypes, that stereotype of a witch wouldn't exist, of a witch eating children wouldn't exist if there weren't truths to rituals that have been conducted in the past. And the fact that witchcraft at one point in time was a practice. People used this and they showed results from it. The reason that they started the witch trials was because somebody got scared. Somebody that could not do it got scared. Men, mostly, that could not do it got scared that these women were just so easily capable of manifesting things. So, like, imagine I say, all your crops are going to burn down tomorrow, but only on the left side of your house. And then tomorrow that exact thing happens. You'd be like, whoa, that bitch is fucking insane. How did she know that she's evil? It's not evil. It is energy manipulation. It's manifestation. It is the extreme balance of masculine and feminine energies. I did a podcast earlier this year where we spoke about me being somewhat like a human crystal and some people being somewhat like human crystals, in the fact that I can just manifest easily. I can use that ability to do witchcraft and it works 7, 8, 9 times as easy, but I don't have to do witchcraft to manifest things. I just have to want them. I was just born this way. I can't do anything about this. But I also do have to be very careful with it because it can be dangerous. And the military, having recognized that, put me in the positions that they put me in because they already knew how to use it. Witchcraft in itself, for anybody that does practice or anybody that's starting to get into practice, has basic principles as far as spells and rituals and things like that. The military hides all of those spells and rituals in their own procedures. We do rituals all of the time. As an aircraft mechanic, I walked out there on that flight line and I checked that plane in the exact same order, the exact same way, by the book, reading step by step by step by step, as a ritual every single day, over and over. Every single time they do change of commands and stuff like that. There's ceremonies, right? What does witchcraft have in it? Ceremonies. And then in the ceremonies, they've got specific things that they say in the ceremony. It is written in the standard operating procedure. It is written in the book that they wrote, their own little grimoire. Exactly what you're supposed to say during these ceremonies, during these rituals. What spells do we say? What is the intention? And every single one of those words that comes out of people's mouths during this has a meaning and an intention. The uniform in itself, as a whole, the military, making everybody wear the entire same thing, same everything, if you know, even down to the underwear, is a way of stripping the identity from each person and making them see themselves as not individuals, but as a piece and a whole, right? What is a coven? I could give you guys 1,000 examples. The military is doing witchcraft. Every single piece of the uniform has symbolism in it. Every single piece of that uniform has symbolism. And not only that, especially one of the things that the other services don't usually know, but in the Navy, every single piece of your uniform actually has a specific intention in utility, like literally a specific intention and utility. Your uniform, specifically the bell-bottom pants on like the typical Navy uniform that everybody knows what a Navy Cracker Jack uniform looks like. Those bell-bottoms are in case you fall in the water so that you can take your pants off over your shoes and save your fucking life. On top of that, the uniform is made out of a specific material so that you can tie the pants and lap this down over your head. It'll get air in it. You can cinch the belt and it will hold air in it for hours. You can float. These uniforms have intention. Witchcraft, especially craft, right? The way that I do witchcraft is I make crafts, I make things, I'm creating things, right? They created every single bit, every uniform, every stitch, everything with an intention. That's witchcraft. Go drink some water.